Hello everybody, it's me. Welcome back to the video. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going over some insane PvP leaks that have been shown yesterday by Wish, but they weren't officially shown. He was just talking to some people, and there were some screenshots that credits to TFK that he managed to screenshot them. I'm going to use his screenshots, so just know that these are not mine. I didn't take them. I stole it from someone else. But anyway, I'm very excited to get into it. Also, I woke up this morning when I got on Roblox. There's a new freaking menu, and I think it is cool as heck. It is a little odd, but hey, I'll get used to it. But yeah, hopefully you guys are excited, and there's a lot to cover. This balance change will probably be changing a lot of very meta teams. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Now, the first change, I'm going to have battles playing in the background, but the first change is actually going to be to Awakened Party Bug. It is going to get Archmage reworked into, before it would boost your magic attack and magic defense by 10%. Now it's going to buff your attack and magic attack by 10%, which is honestly really cool because then you can get, that means like Springling, for example, can get a little bit extra attack. But in a way, it also makes Archmage more versatile because then you can use it with both melee attackers and magic attackers. So it's pretty nice. It is pretty nice, and I definitely think it will change how it is used. It could be used a little bit more because 10% isn't a whole lot, but just saying, 10% is not better. It's better than 0. That's for sure. Yeah, that's what's going to happen to Awakened Party Bug and its signature ability. The next one we actually have is Thornit Awakening, which unfortunately is losing Piercing Ice. Yeah, how horrible. I mean, it's pretty fair. Plant Ice is honestly really solid coverage, and the fact that it's able to hit metal types with Reckless Charge made it very difficult to stop. And plus, since it was able to hit fire types, which is the only thing that hits it in the entire game, it was very difficult to actually get a switch. You'd be forced to sacrifice something and then switch it in to try to kill it. It was just very difficult to fight, and Thornit A, I think losing Piercing Ice is a good change, but it inherently also nerfs Thornit, which is kind of sad because Thornit doesn't deserve it. I think Thornit itself deserves Piercing Ice because it's able to hit its 2 quad weaknesses. Yeah, but an unfortunate day for Thornit. And hopefully something will happen to it. And yeah, there's also this mysterious move, which I don't know, unless it's not even a move itself. Maybe it is an ability, I don't know, but Wish was talking about Dust Storm. I'll show the screenshots on screen now. It's to Sandstorm. Yes, Dust Storm will make it immune. Sandstorm buffs. Ostegon will also get Dust Storm. So I'm assuming it means that it is a move, and I don't exactly know what it is. Let me go see if I can find it by chance. Okay, so I was just doing some research, and turns out it is actually an ability that summons Sandstorm on Switch. So more things are going to be getting Sandstorm, which is honestly really cool. And Ostegon actually having Sandstorm is actually pretty good. The reason is because Ostegon's coverage is already super strong. The only thing it was lacking was a way to hit metal types, but now it can, and you may be wondering how. If it summons it on Switch, then that would mean that it now can use Climate Shot, which is a move that Ostegon does indeed have. Wait, but yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty solid change to Ostegon, definitely giving it hopefully a better niche, because honestly Ostegon's cool and I've always liked it, but it's never been very good in the meta. So hopefully this will change it, and hopefully also make Sandstorm a bit of a better weather, because let's be honest, Sandstorm freaking sucks. But yeah, that is that. And the next one we have I don't know how yet, but Jirasera needs to be nerfed. Okay, apparently I was doing a little bit more looking. This is like an hour after I recorded the video and I'm editing it now. I saw someone told me, I think it was like I think it's some kind of balancer, like it's LOL XD. I don't know what he does, but I know he's like some sort of dev for Doodle World. But basically what he said is that either Jirasera is going to lose Lingering and or Disarm, or the other way around, Disarm or and or Lingering, and it also might get a refresh rework. I don't really know how that's going to happen, but those are rumors, but yeah. So Jirasera is actually going to be receiving an anonymous nerf, which we do not know what this nerf is. There's no information on it, but Jirasera will be getting changed, which is a little bit unfortunate. I have always liked using Jirasera. It is very, very strong and it's very good, but I feel like this is just going to be deleting nerfing everything that's really meta, which I don't think you should necessarily nerf the meta. I don't think Jirasera is an issue. I think it should probably just lose Rusty Roots. Like, that could make it a lot easier to deal with. Just send in a metal type and it can't really do that much, you know? But yeah, I think it's a completely fine change. And yeah, then we get into the next one. We don't know what the change is. And then here we go. We have Infurnius and Coreyu. Finally, the Infurnius core being gutted. Infurnius is losing Disarm and Menacing Snarl, and Coreyu is losing Quick Ice. And Infurnius and Coreyu, as you can see on screen, are getting the biggest nerfs. This is kind of upsetting because I really do like Infurnius, and I feel like it is very, very strong. And I feel like instead of nerfing them both, you could just choose the one that has the bigger problem. Coreyu was already really good before this change came out, but now, like, it loses its priority, which means it's gonna have to run a speedier build if it wants to still maintain its speed control stuff. I feel like the problem was more so Infurnius, so I feel like you can generally focus it toward one instead of changing both and see how it works. Like, you could change Infurnius, lose Disarm, lose Menacing Snarl, yes, and that's gonna completely change how it is used. And I won't lie, I don't like a lot of the ways that some things can be changed, because it kind of changes their entire thing. Like, Ella Fortune got changed, and I just barely use it because I like the way it could trap things and get rid of threats, and it was just overall pretty fun to use. It was very busted, and it definitely needed a nerf, but overall, I think, I don't know. I feel like Infurnius and Coreyu are a problem, but I think Infurnius is more of the problem because it's very easily slottable, whereas Coreyu, in a way, can require support and still had its counterplay with, like, Frutoad, with Abyssint. You know, it still had ways to be beaten. Abyssint was able to beat the core in general and was very solid at that. But then again, you have teammates that can stop Abyssint from doing that. I don't know. It's a tough situation, but I definitely feel like you could keep Koreyu's Quick Ice. I feel like it'd be very nice to keep it there and just figure out a different change to Coreyu. I don't know. Focus on one instead of trying to get them both out, because then a meta core is just gonna be dead. Of course, it was a broken core, but I don't know. My thing to it is, like, I don't care about the changes to Infurnius and Coreyu. Just in the future, you could try to think of one change to a core instead of changing them both. Yeah, that's my little rant done. And then we have a Frutoad change. Frutoad's HP is going from 107 to 95. Unfortunately, Frutoad and Infurnius was a really good core, and then Infurnius was discovered, which then added another really good thing onto that core, which inadherently made Frutoad is getting hit because of this change. It's really sad because Frutoad it's sad that it is getting nerfed for something it didn't have control over. Again, this is something that is weird for me, because once this change happens and Infurnius dies out, Frutoad's not going to be used as much because it's losing Menacing Snarl, Infurnius. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is an unjust change. I really don't think this was needed at all. You already nerfed it, and yes, it is getting Feast. I just think this was an unjust nerf, and Frutoad doesn't actually deserve it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because just because it was part of a broken core doesn't mean it should be getting this change, because once Infurnius is changed and loses Menacing Snarl, it's just not going to be the same as it was. You know, and melee attackers will be able to get clean 2-hit KOs on it with high-powered moves, like Spring's Leaf Label 2-hit KO, and then suddenly, like, now that Coreyu does not have Quick Ice, you can safely Quick Strike it. You know, I don't know. I don't like this Frutoad change personally. It's not the greatest change for me. I won't lie. And then here we have something different that I actually couldn't find. I'll show this screenshot on screen now. And someone said, I would prefer Vessel of Ruin something, and then this could be a good change. I'll think about it. I don't know what that change is because they didn't screenshot the whole message, which is odd. But whatever that is, it could be a change Wish is thinking about. And this is another one that's a little odd. A good Rotera nerf is banning Riot Shield next season. I don't have any issues with Rotera. I really don't. I don't see why Rotera is still an issue. It's already got a confidence nerf. Ugh. It's lost its enlightenment set. And now you're gonna ban the entire item of Riot Shield instead of figuring out Rotera's issues. Rotera's issues is that it's fast and it pivots and it hits really hard with a crazy typing. That should just be what it does. You could also just make it so, I don't know, like, it's just weird. I feel like there's 3 changes, like, okay, this change, I don't like Frutoad's change, and I don't think banning an item entirely because of one thing is, it's basically saying, let's ban Enchanted Ruby because Koriyu is really good with it. That could take away from a lot of really niche ideas, you know? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Balance Patch. I probably give it like a 6 out of 10. Like, I don't like the Frutoad change, and I feel like it could be thought of a little bit differently. Because Frutoad was one of the few things to actually able to switch in on Infurnius, which actually in turn could help it pivot and do well. But I don't know. There's a lot of things I think that could be considered about this change, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I just want to give my thoughts on it. Frutoad, I don't think deserves it personally. There could be other people that really, really hate Frutoad and they want it nerfed, and that's totally understandable. I am not holding that against you, but I don't know. Felt like kind of a weird patch that I don't know. It just something about it isn't sitting right with me, and I'm just not clicking with it. Normally, I support a lot of the changes, but some of these are just too much. I don't know. Like, outright nerfing something just because it was part of a broken core and it wasn't even the big issue is just unfortunate. It just, I don't know. The core of those 3 is unfortunate. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all these changes. I think some of them were slightly unjust. Like, if you use like a Frutoad, Infurnius, Koriyu, like use like Ruby Goma with Fin Slash, what stops that? Infurnius gets 1 hit under rain. Frutoad gets 1 hit under rain, and Koriyu gets 1 hit under rain. They just grab a counter to Goma and they're fine. So it felt like it was just too easily slottable, and it makes sense. But I just don't know how I feel about the Frutoad change. It's getting Feast, which could help it with this HP change, but I don't know. That's a lot of HP it's losing. It's losing, what, 12 HP? I don't know. It's just not sitting all too well with me, but let me know what you guys think about it. I think at the end of reading all these, I'm just going to keep it as a 6 out of 10. It just felt like a lot of things are getting nerfed, and some things are getting buffed, but it felt like more of just, let's balance the meta and change up the broken core, which was Coreyu and Infernus, but I really just think Infurnius is the issue. I think Coreyu losing Quick Ice is fine. Losing Disarm on Infurnius and Menacing Snarl is fine, but everything else I feel like is like, maybe besides Thornit A, because it could hit fire types. I don't know. Something about it's just not sitting all too well with me, but let me know what you guys think. And hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see everyone in the next one. Bye-bye!